We got a ghost of a ghost here. That's a shame. Okay, we're running at 0 out of 5, so we are running at below expected value. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin here and welcome back to Loop Hero. We're just gonna jump right into this. Of course, the shenanigans continue. We are attempting... I don't even know what we're attempting at this point. We're attempting to get all these numbers up here to be really, really high. Higher than is actually reasonable to get them. Level 24 ring, hot damn. We're hoping to get our equipment quality to be so high, and I do mean so high, that I don't need to worry about some of them having summon quality on there anymore. That's the real goal. Will it happen? Probably not, but we can dream. We're also maybe looking to get another level this entire episode. That probably won't happen, but it might. You never know. We're just crushing all of this stuff, though. It's like... it's all dying very quickly. We're also reaching the point where we're hopefully, as we said, hopefully, going to be able to start organizing the inside of our loop a little bit better. We've got a lot of extra stuff in here, which is truly unfortunate. But mostly it means extra enemies where we don't need extra enemies, or extra treasure chests. 17, not 19. Basically, we've just got some extra stuff. And in the meantime, we're also hoping that we will be able to acquire maybe another golden card of some kind. That's I think, the biggest hope. But it's a crossed fingers type thing. Gotta get all the way to a prime matter, which is unlikely at best, in my opinion. Yeah, if we could get like 2 of these with like +1 skeleton and like 40 summon quality on them, then I would only be looking to pick up plus skeleton and level on the other ring. Which, as I said, would be a dream. Would truly be a dream. Cool, we got an Oblivion. So we have to decide what we want to do with this Oblivion. I think our worst offender here is probably this battlefield. I mean, arguably I could get rid of the Smith's Forge. But I believe that this battlefield is doing nothing. Because that one has these covered, this one has these covered, this one has these covered. So technically this battlefield isn't needed either. That might be the way to go, is to also get rid of that. But we can deal with that in due time. We do want to get like 5 enemies that have souls in every single place. I think the Watchers are the least like overtly helpful thing to get because we don't kill them all the time. But they do give us a shot at these astral orbs, which are otherwise difficult to get. And I think that in and of itself is something to perhaps pursue. But it's gonna take time. And we have so much. We did get a ghost of a ghost, but we did not get a prime matter. This is our first ghost of a ghost, though. It would be interesting to check the numbers, but I don't think we can actually check what we've killed. Perhaps not. Yeah, our main goal is to make sure that each... Not quite either. Our goal is to make sure that each... Oh my god. That each square only has one battlefield on it. The main reason for that... is that while the double skeleton, the double chests are, they're just not useful. Is what I'm getting at. They're just not useful, and they don't do anything extra beneficial for us. They don't get us anything as a reward. We don't need the skeletons, or we don't need the defense. Yeah, I don't need that. We want the summon quality is the thing. It's like, that's neat, but it doesn't have the plus skeleton. And right now, we're not in any particular danger. We have over 8,000 HP, and we have 1,500 HP before they even get into that. So every battle we were gaining... Oh, we're gaining HP. We're getting max HP. Like this battle alone, we gained 15 max HP. So we killed 5 things with souls. And we also summoned at least 7 skeletons. So that means that we have 3.5 extra HP. So we're gaining a lot of HP every single fight. And that's what makes it ridiculous. So, you know, this is good, except it's missing a +1 skeleton. And that is going to be... At this point, the only thing that we don't accept a lack of +1 skeleton on is our tome. And that's just because it's so rare to find. Save for this book, which is always has a much lower skeleton level than other tomes of its level. And the thing is, the level of the thing almost has 0 influence on its stats at this point, except for our book. And that's why we want to be able to replace the book a bit more often than anything else. We are at some point going to have to sit down and pause and figure out optimal placements. But it's going to be a little while. Because it's going to be when I get another Oblivion we're going to decide. And I've got some other stuff that I want to remove anyway, so... I wonder if those don't disappear. Interesting. So it doesn't disappear, which means that when we kill it, we get a shard, right? We didn't kill it, but... I didn't see how many new ones we got, but the answer's not enough. Oh, we got an oblivion. We'll go ahead and pause. I don't think we'll get enough. I really hope we don't get enough stuff that we push the oblivion out. Damn close. Alright, it's time to do some math. So these are always staying. Always. There's zero reason not to keep them. And that's because they're spawning enemies. They're spawning enemies. Which means that those alone cover, like, the entire map. So every other battlefield that covers that side of the map is not useful. Just not useful, straight up. And it also means that, unfortunately, I can't point and gesture. You can see where I'm looking. That battlefield. Yeah, okay, you can. That battlefield is useful because it covers the 3 next to it. The one in the middle, that one is useful. This one is unnecessary. That one's unnecessary. We have a lot of unnecessary battlefields, basically. The question is, which ones do we get rid of? So we have no way of covering that one. We just don't. We have no way of getting a battlefield there because we've got too much. I guess I could put a battlefield there, but that would also be getting rid of... I think that is actually a plus, like, it's 2 to the 4th. So 2, 4, 8, 16% attack speed. It's getting hit by 4 rivers. No, it's only getting hit by 3. I lied. So 8. But I don't want to get rid of that. So... I think... yeah, we can get rid of, like, so many of these other ones. But I think we just start with the frivolous ones. Okay, so those do spawn chests, but they can't be mimics. Yeah, we have all the coverage we need. The question becomes, do I have better placement for these towers? Or that could... So if we look at tower coverage, the only thing that's not covered here, like, it's a shame that I put this here. I can't blow it up though now. I absolutely can't. So I think that's the only other place that I could put a temporal tower right now, because it can't be adjacent to the road. So, like, these are the only 2 other spots. Technically, that covers that. But what we could do... we could put vampires over there. That would be an option. Anyway, we can let this go. We won't have any difficulty getting any of the other cards that we need. We don't want to put spiders down because spiders don't have souls. And to be quite honest, we're not having any trouble getting max number of enemies stacked. At least I don't think we are. Another oblivion so soon. Silly jellyfish. Okay, we got another oblivion. That one can go here. everything is still covered. We can also just cover a river. Though I am curious if we oblivion part of the river, what happens. Because if we can make 2 rivers, then suddenly this becomes incredibly interesting. Because we don't have to weave it as much. We can just get the river to the places we want it to be, and then we'd be okay. Which in this situation basically means getting them adjacent to the road. Oh, a ghost did spawn. How about a ghost of a ghost? Alright, this is the second one we've seen so far. It's funny, these guys are worse than my skeletons. Funny how that works. 1 in 5 shot. Not today. Nice. Increasing our power level makes our skeletons beefier. At least presumably. I don't know exactly how skeleton level affects each of their stats. I assume it's a certain amount of improvement for each stat, because these guys do a lot of damage. Okay, treasuries. Because if I could get the summon quality high enough that I only needed to worry about it on 2 items, things would get very interesting very quickly. The next question is, how can we maximize the towers? Because that's the next question. Because we're going to clear out battlefields that we don't need. And we're going to clear out other buildings we don't need. Possessed for 2 hits. Passes possessed and kill. Okay, lower attack speed but more damage for 3 hits. Oh, this is our 3rd ghost of a ghost. Expected value is that we should get 1 prime every 5. Expected value, obviously, it deviates. Just like flipping a coin should be 50-50, but it's not exactly 50-50. Though that would be impressive. Because things like the weight of the different sides of a coin can have a minuscule effect on the probability. Which mostly just translates to when you flip the coin, you know, 1,000,000 times. If we're trying to optimize, I also don't know if I should be blowing away all of the graveyards. But we have to wait and see here, in this square, we could have a fifth thing, we just don't. And that becomes part of the attempt to make everything more efficient. So which square are we doing right now? There's that 31%. So yeah, we could put a... Yeah, in fact we should. We should put a vampire mansion right there. So we could put 4 temporal towers right here, because each one would pick up. This one would pick up 2 locations. Yeah, we should do that. Because this picks up here and here. And putting one here just picks up that. It just picks up that. But honestly, that's not too bad. I actually don't think I have any need to have a river in here. That said, I don't need this shipwreck either. But I think I've convinced myself to place at least one more of those temporal towers. Especially because one of them is in range of a bookery. And I suppose that would be the other influence. Because we want to have 5 monsters in a fight. Like, we absolutely want to have 5 monsters in a fight. Which is why I got rid of the road lantern at one point. About expected value, or are we going to be running under expected value? I don't even know if we're seeing ghosts of ghosts at an expected value. It feels like we probably are, but it's always hard to say. We lose some skeleton level on that, so it's not worth it in that regard. Yeah, here we go, strict improvement. Love strict improvements. Strict improvements are hard to come by. Got a temporal tower. So that one's worth it for a couple reasons, but most is because we're putting another one inside the range of the bookery. Always love the 666. We're a quarter of the way to a level. Like, there's only one more thing that we want, anyway. Like, there's only one more thing that we want. Level-wise. At this point, I'm at the pushing the game to the limit. This is the breaking the game point. We used a potion. Alright, we got a ghost of a ghost here. That's a shame. Okay, we're running at 0 out of 5, so we are running at below expected value. Unfortunate, but not entirely unsurprising. It's like you can roll a dice 6 times and not get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, expected value is, of course, a flawed way of looking at it, because it is true over a large sample size and attempts to apply it to a small sample size, which is, of course, not accurate. Unfortunately, I'd love for it to be accurate, but that would mean that we'd know that that one would succeed. And, I mean, there are some systems that enforce it. Like, it is a thing you can do. We got another Oblivion, which is very nice. I believe it's that. We can blow away this. No, we can blow away that. There's the Vampire Mansion there is good. You know, and the Bookery is actually good because the Bookery is a 5th monster that we wouldn't get otherwise. It gives us the Watcher Mage when the two intersect. I wonder what happens if it intersects with a vampire. I don't actually want to try it because I'd have to then blow it away if I don't like it, but interesting thought. Okay, that's number 6. Darn shame. We got some smoked ham. Like me some smoked ham. It's actually not particularly strong. It's not terrible, to be fair, but it's not OMG good. The problem is, as you've probably noticed, short of the books, because the books seem to vary a little bit more wildly, the ring and the types of ring and the types of pendant that I have are in fact the same. And the ones that I keep replacing them with are the same. Because those are the ones that actually have the chance to do the thing with this stuff. Which is unfortunate, if you ask me. It kind of makes sense, but it also makes it predictable because I know exactly what types of ring and pendant I want. But who knows, maybe we reach a high enough level, that it doesn't matter. Like, if we get to a high enough level, maybe everything will start. Here's number 7. There we go. Gold card. Give me a gold card. What else does it do? Guaranteed to kill the hero. We got the arsenal. Creates an additional item slot. Mission accomplished. Okay, so where does this go? Becomes the question. Where do I put it? And I think the answer is right there. Because even if we could put a Bookery here, it would only affect 1 square, and that I don't care for. New item slot. Might as well use it. We now have 44 defense. Can we also talk about the fact that that thing was going to kill me on the 6th hit? Holy banana sandwich! So I believe the way the arsenal reads is creates a 5th slot, not creates another slot. So if we get a second arsenal, I don't think we get a 6th item slot. But maybe I'm wrong. This gives us another skeleton. I don't know how much I want another skeleton from that. I haven't yet gotten a good feeling. Because, by the way, it did get to the 6th hit, and it hit one of my skeletons. It didn't hit me. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. Mostly because we've been able to focus fire the ghost, because usually the ghost is the last thing alive. It was really scary when I read that. But two skeleton levels seems pretty decent. Okay, so we can get summon quality off of this. I'm down for the skeleton level being slightly... I think the attack speed might actually be better. But it's got better defense even. Literally all our defense... No, not all. We've got 3 defense. Now we have 2 defense. Right, one of our rings is giving defense. 2 defense. Oh, and we're getting 1 defense from one of our items back in camp. I'm fairly certain even if I put +1 skeleton on everything, I would not be able to get 9 skeletons. I think 8 is just the hard max. Even though we have a chance, it's the hard max. Oh right, we also run into this problem of everything is 15% worse, which means that it's going to take a long time before any of our stuff is better than what we have. I forgot about that. But honestly, that's probably okay. You still net positive out of it, is the thing. Because you get another piece of equipment. And we won't feel the pain until... I mean, it literally looks like it's just shaving 15% off the top of everything. But it would place the arsenal or don't, so... I don't think we are allowed to complain too much about it getting much better or worse there. It's not like reducing its level, it's actually just reducing the stats on it. But those are the same as when we took them, so... Oh, that's right, I was gonna read the arsenal and see if it said creates a 5th slot. We got an Oblivion, so... An additional item slot. Okay, so... This is not necessary. I mean, it gives us gear, I suppose. That outpost isn't helping, though. These trade perfectly. I mean, if I leave places open because I can't make it work, that's not going to make me sad. Like, that puts us over the limit on quality, so I don't really care for it. At this point, I think what we have is going to be best, and ignoring quality on the shield is going to be our best option. And just having it be our skeleton level. Because, yeah, everything else isn't going to... It's just not going to be exceptional in any way. I do appreciate how it has the same theming. I also don't think we need max skeletons on it. We're doing just fine with 6. See, like, I could consider taking this. I'm not going to, though. Because I think our rings, the rings are just better quality. Though you could argue that because we're getting level 27 stuff, the problem is it is just shaving stats off the top. Because all the summon qualities here are 20% now. That said, though, if I put the 20% ones on for armor slots, I'd be in the same situation at about 80%. But we would get an extra skeleton. We keep waiting. We wait until we die, or we get another ghost of a ghost. I do wish we could have it like turn off, like have if you run into a ghost of a ghost, pause, because that would be nice. Yeah, I think it's going to be an eternity before our summon quality gets above 30% again. Possess the chest, yes. Possessing the chest did a lot. Yeah, that's our 8. We're at 1 for 8, which is still not horrible. We're just so unlikely to kill the Watchers. The shields are going to be the thing that I'm always most curious about. Just because they're new. see summon qualities down. Skeleton level up with regen and attack speed. Yeah, it's incredibly likely, if not guaranteed, that we're not going to be replacing our readings for any of our equipment that we currently have for a very long time. But that's okay. We slowly improve this, and it makes up for it. Because if you think about it, if everything is reduced in quality by 15%, you have 85% items, right? Let's say items are 85% power. And you've got 4 85% strength items. Or, sorry. You've got 4 100% strength items, which is 400%, right? If you think of it like that. Or you can just think of it as, like, assume this item has 100 power, and so that's 400 power. However, it gets distributed amongst its stats. But if you've got 5 85%, that gets you to 425. Is that right? 425? Yes. Because 5 times 8 is 425, 25 is 25. So you end up with a 25% increase in power by having extra items. But it is 25%. It's not 25% over the original power, because it's 425 over 400. Oh, we got another one. We got the Maze of Memories. It does nothing, it takes up a lot of space. Oh, I see. Okay. No, I get to say I have it. I have all the golden cards. I have all the golden cards. Now, granted, I'm curious to get another golden card, but well, that's... It's 2 for 9, right? So we're now at a better than value. Which is good. 2 for 9 is better than expected value. Because the expected value is 2 out of 10. So it swings both ways, because that's probability. Yeah, so really it's 25 over 400, so 6% increase in power. Something like that. Both of those are pointless. But also this is pointless. Because if that's carrying us, we're screwed. That's how I'd phrase that. That much closer, almost at 15,000 experience. It's gonna take so long to get there. Funny part is we probably unlock armor next, which is incredibly less useful. Having 59 defense feels super weird. We've been running around with 5. think I can blow away part of the maze and not be sad. But I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to try that until it's like the thing to do. That's doing nothing. I just don't need battlefields. Like, leaving stuff empty that I need, like, it opens up the possibility of dropping a bookery places, where it could be very useful to put a bookery. In fact, that should actually be my priority. Figure out where I could put a bookery. If I get one. Because I want it to affect as many squares as possible. If I get one, of course, it could be a while. Because we have to get a prime matter to do it. Before we can do any of that. I feel like our ability to kill is in fact being slowed down. Like the scaling is happening. We're gaining 0.25 a loop, which is great, but it's not enough of a skeleton level boost to counter this natural scaling of the enemies. So many resources when this is over. So the easy to get resources aren't as much the issue. Wait, why do I have two chests? Where is this happening? Right, because those are useless. That makes sense. Oh, shoot. I go to scratch my head and accidentally mouse over a unit. Pause this again. Which is, I believe, a setting. So I know I need at least 2 more oblivions, but I think that's it. That one was close. This summon quality stack goes up so slowly that one's never gonna... I don't think it's ever gonna get to where I want it to be. Nope, they both exploded at the same time. it's being... Its attack is being cancelled. Oh right, because if it gets hit... Yep. Every damage dealt to this creature interrupts its attack. Even if it's at the last second. Sad, but true. As long as summon quality is low, we don't ever want to replace our rings. Unfortunate, but we're at that point where I should have something else to do while this goes. 26 shield. Do not need that level of regen. Jesus. I mean, 26... No, that's 8.2. Why was it thinking 26? Because the level is 26. If I could reach 26 per second, maybe it would be worth taking just as a defensive item. But I have a feeling we already know what our shield of choice looks like. So we just wait it out. I guess technically I want the third Oblivion for the maze, so I can put up another temporal watchtower. Hypothetically. Might be the other reason to stop having skeletons so they don't get a phase 2. Like, it's stupid, but I'm considering it. We're gonna break 30 skeleton level pretty soon here. And when we do, that will be impressive. There's no way I'm taking all of this back, right? There's a limit to what I can take back, right? There's a limit to what I can take back, right? I'm trying to... Wow, another Oblivion. Very nice. Like, in my head, I'm still not very confident about what it is about the maze that makes it a good gold card to take. Because it seems like a bad gold card to take. So yeah, so the Bookery affects it. So if I can place the Bookery, I want to place the Bookery here. And then I have to blow this up. Other than that, I suppose this outpost. Oh, the necromancer is not welcome here. Okay. Never mind. That's... I'm glad it said that there. It's like the necro... Wait a minute, we got 2 chests here. We're accidentally doubling up on something somewhere. Oh, I think it might just be from having multiple, whatcha-hooges. Shipwrecks. No, we've got an extra... one there too. That'd be another good place for a bookery, wouldn't it? It'd be the second best place for a bookery. Second best place. We're like 3/8 of the way to the next level, so 36%. I think I can stop looking at rings forever. It's the sound of a ghost being spawned. I'm actually wondering if there is a soft stack. So just a soft stack to the ghost transformation. Because it definitely doesn't show it in the upper right. Like 100% definitely doesn't show it in the upper right. The 4 astral orbs. We're not at 59, we're at like 259, I think. Those numbers weren't meant to be that high. Alright, that was 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. That was the 10th one. This is on me, but I don't know when to stop. Another ghosty. No ghost of ghost. Just everything down. Sad but true. I don't care as much about the other stuff, so we'll take the 0.7 bump because it puts us above 30. Let's go. "16 Orbs of Unity" is really good. We still only have 5 Orbs of Metamorphosis, but I'm fairly certain that that's just because we don't have the right enemies. Like, if you want certain resources, you need to be bringing the right... You need to have the right enemies in the deck. And at this point, I haven't had any particularly solid goals. Like, I couldn't point at something and say, I want that. With regards to the, that's 11. I lost my train of thought because of the ghost of ghosts. Right, like, with regards to the structures that I need to build, the only reason I'm aiming for this is because what we're doing now, in terms of trying to get those, like, I think, were I to do this again, I would swap, I would add in the bookeries. I don't know if I'd take out the spider cocoons. I still think you want them early, and then you want to get rid of them late. Like, I think that's the right way to go. But also part of the reason why I know we're wasting a bunch of time is because we're not bringing all of these back. We're going to find out our max capacity though, that's for sure. Unlock. Even if it were like a skill, that would be interesting. If one of your level up skills could be to get something to go even faster. I don't know, I definitely want to see if there's a Discord with a suggestions channel that I can post some suggestions in that will be listened to. Because as somebody who has a lot of suggestions, but also understands what that means, I imagine they're getting way too much feedback, so it's just kind of one of those things. We're getting close. We're getting close to catching back up with item quality. At least on the numbers, not on the summon. Not on the summon quality, but... Luckily, those numbers don't scale a ton. Got Oblivion. I also was not entirely joking about just pausing this, or just putting on like a movie on a separate machine. Or maybe honestly checking the settings to see if there's a way that I can have it not pause. Oh, our game's not freezing. Oh. Oh, that's funny. I guess if I window it, I don't want to do that. If I window it, maybe it will behave poorly. Okay, we've got another Oblivion. And a Ghost of a Ghost. No prime, that's okay, that's 2 for 12. Okay. It leaves the other mazy bits, but that's okay. I'm not, like, insulted by that or anything. I put mazy bits in there for no particular reason, so... But I guess I should pause here because there's a question now, and the question is what happens 21%. What happens now? What's the goal? What am I trying to do here? I wish I could move this. It'd be so much better if I could move this. Oh, I didn't realize there's an overlap right there. So, we've got this river that winds up and through here, and I think the river is fine where it is. I could make the argument, and might make the argument, that I could instead run the river over here, not have this here, and do this inside. Because these two rivers aren't doing it squat. This becomes a battlefield, which is fine. Yeah. Because this isn't covering anything unique. I think I actually make that play. Because there's nothing, like, and then I've got some extra free space inside, which I don't think buys me anything. But... Actually, no, because I want to put a... Because a bookery here is actually better. Actually, it's not. Because the temporal doesn't reach here. So a bookery here is just as good. The only reason a bookery here is better is because it gets used up twice as fast. But yeah, if I get a bookery, first one I'm putting is there. Because it hits all 4 of those spots. I suppose the second place I put one is here. And if I still have a bookery, I nuke this. In fact, I should nuke this. But this is fine. Like, you could make the argument that, like, because this isn't really doing anything useful either. But the temporal stuff that I have, like, putting another tower there doesn't actually help. So I think this also becomes a battlefield. Yeah, because nothing else is affecting that. Or no, so there's no other ghost tile potential there. So that stays. I guess I blow up those 2 rivers. I blow up that. I blow up that. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4. 4 more oblivions. But yeah, I guess I can get rid of this right now. So, and then I want to blow up this, because if I get a 3rd bookery, it's going there. I know that's like hella in the middle of nowhere, but you know, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But I think the way this is gonna go is after this episode, I'm going to sleep because it's late, and then tomorrow I'm gonna maybe pull out windowed mode and see if windowed mode will work while I'm doing other stuff. Because there's other stuff I want to do. Oh, nice. Prime matter. I don't know what this is. Monument to the first step made by the first explorer. Evenly changes monsters' strength depending on their position in the road. Weakens ones close to the meridian and strengthens ones that are far away. Doesn't affect bosses. Good thing I have this oblivion. Actually, here's a good question. I don't think I need this one. Yeah, I don't need this temporal beacon. I don't think this beacon actually helps me, though. It's gonna make these monsters incredibly strong. Presumably. I don't know if this is a good idea. I want to be the first one to say this. Where do I put it? Alright, I've made a mistake and I'm not going to get to place it. Oh, I should use Shift Tab. 0 milestone. I mean, I messed up, so I can't place it. Alright. Closer to the tile itself, the weaker they become. Oh, it goes on the road. Literally on the road. How does it affect them, though? Does it... Okay, so I have messed this up. And I am sad. Because you have to place it on the road somewhere. So, whoops. It's a gold card, though. I didn't think we have this one unlocked, actually. I didn't know that it could give you cards you didn't have unlocked, but apparently that's the case. Now, the truth is, we could still... We could still get an Oblivion. It's still hypothetically possible. But what we're now 3 for 12, which is good. I guess I blow up the bridge if I can, because that's an empty tile, or that's a tile that will be empty on the road. But we have to get an Oblivion in the next 6. Which is unlikely at best. Without any of these pushing us past as well. In the next 3 without getting more than 3. Yeah, see, no dice. That's okay, we learned something. I don't think I actually want the 0 milestone anyway. It would literally just be to have all the golden cards out on the map at once. But that's okay. So it says it strengthens or weakens monsters. So like your big incentive would be to put it... Because, oh, there's an Oblivion. I don't know if... Okay, you must blow up the river going backwards. It's good to know. So even if I had pulled an Oblivion, I would have had to drop it somewhere. So I suppose I would have dropped it somewhere over here, because I wouldn't mind the monsters over here being stronger. Actually, no, I think the bridge is about the right place, because everywhere else we've got a lot of healing happening, or potential healing happening. We're close. The summoning quality is always going to be bad. I'd love to see another arsenal, though. I think that would be hilarious. Like, of all the things that could happen, getting 3 more arsenals, I don't think we can ever access those. I just don't think we can. Yeah, if I can... Oh, more shoe nails. If I can find a way to work on this, or work on other stuff, because I've got a bunch of other stuff that I need to do on my computer, while recording, I will probably just record an episode that is just entirely me sped up. Just to watch. Because I do need to keep an eye and watch for the ghosts. And it'll be easier if I'm listening to it. And I can mute my mic while I'm doing other stuff outside my computer, or well, on a different computer as well. However, I would definitely much rather be getting things done that I would like to get done this weekend. We have broken 10,000 health, I just noticed, and we're almost we are over halfway to our next level. Oh, wow. So soon. Oh, it's gone. But we got another Oblivion. Alright, that's back to Battlefield as well now. Well, I've got it paused. I'm just checking. Alright. The question is, do I replace the road? So I think that's actually a valid question. Just what do I put on the road? I really don't know the answer. Another Oblivion. And it's blank road. I feel like Grove is the correct answer. Because it gets us meat. Though we do get stone from entering the graveyard, I think. Cemetery. That's what I'm looking for. I'll just take the regen. I don't really need it, but I'll take it. I think what I should do, I'm also going to look up, oh, I hit Alt-Tab, because I'm dumb, instead of Shift-Tab. Trying to keep an eye on things while I do stuff. If I do stuff within the Steam browser and the Shift Tab menu and the Shift Tab overlay, then it gets kind of funny. Just like that, I abandoned. So actually, let's look at the arsenal. Let's see what's even possible. No, it doesn't look like you can... It looks like you can only do one. Although it could just be that nobody has tried. It could simply be that no one has tried. Nope, no ghost of a ghost here. Is it just not attacking? That kind of did. So they're getting beefy. They still can't hurt us, but they're getting beefy. I actually entirely figured out what I was going to check. Right, the maze. I was going to check the maze. It can be used to fill the boss bar quickly. Okay. I suppose that's the only useful thing. I really hope I didn't miss anything important here. I'm guessing that I didn't, though. I am curious, however, if another arsenal would lower our item quality by a further 15%. I also wonder if I were to blow up an arsenal, if I would lose the item slot and everything would go away. Something I'm very curious about. It's taking so long to kill everything. Oh, it broke itself. Thank you for breaking yourself. Alright, we are approaching what I imagine will be the end of this episode. I think we just saw... I don't know where we are. I think we're right here. Another loop is going to take another like 15 minutes, so that'll put us a little bit longer than I generally like to have these episodes. And when I say generally like, I mean, we're already at an hour and a half. If anybody's actually watched this far, they're insane, and I'm literally just talking to myself. No one will ever watch this. Like, I can't see anybody ever watching this far. If you do, please leave a comment and tell me I am a fool. Ooh. Another maze. Look. I shouldn't do it. That's the thing. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't put the maze. I've already got maze pieces down in places that I'm not going to use them. It would just fill up this. Oh right, I was gonna put a bookery there. I guess no, because putting a bookery here is just as good. Putting a bookery in any of these places is just as good. So it doesn't matter. They're still the best bookery place, so. It's another gold card. I could put it there, and I presume it would fill up this entire area for fun. Which is silly, but mostly funny. I'm not gonna do it. But that puts us 4 for 13 or 4 for 14. So we're doing better. Okay. Wow, 30 still isn't better. Although that book is generally not better. So it looks like next time we'll get this done. So we're still covering all the area that we were before. So we freed up some space, which is good, I think. So basically, Everywhere is now covered except for these 2 spots, which is unfortunately impossible the way this is all set up, by either a battlefield or a shipwreck, which means that on pretty much every square there's a chance that stuff turns into ghosts, which is of course good for us for multiple reasons, though primarily because it allows us to maybe get to prime matter, which will let us get more gold cards. Or bookeries. Honestly, I'm down for bookeries, because bookeries will let us get these cosmic shards, or cosmic spheres. Astral orbs, there we go. Based on space and time. We've got a lot of orbs of evolutions, we got a lot of food. I think this is at 249 by now. I think this is actually only at 73. Unfortunate, but I think that's actually true. We got four prime matters in this episode, and we did it in a span that we should have only gotten 3. So there is that. We learned a lot. See, I've got another Oblivion, but I literally don't think I can use it. I could blow up the maze. Because that's another good rookery spot. No, it's not. Because it only hits 1 square. No, it hits 2 squares. Once it's no longer a bookery. Whereas, even, I guess, the end. I mean, it's still there, and then all 4 of these spots. And what are the chances we get 4 bookeries? What are the chances we get 5 bookeries? Let's be honest here. And either way, one of these spots has to be taken up by one of these. I mean, hypothetically, I could swap and put the battlefield here, which is basically trading 2% attack speed and a double up here, which is fine. Anyway, I should not be paused here. Well, we're never going to finish this loop. I don't think that Oblivion is usable. I mean, it is. I should destroy part of the maze. It doesn't make sense for the maze to be there. It's a sad day when we can't use Oblivions. Literally don't have anything to use them for. I actually wonder if there is... Oh, that's just the sprite for that ring. I realize you guys can't see what I'm seeing when I hit Shift Tab here. This actually tells me exactly what I expected. These are summon quality focused bits, which, you know, expected. The siren does sound like ghosts. I do think I have to admit that one. Once again, I will say that I think summon quality is very important. Like, I think it is. Is that dumb? Yeah, sure. Another Oblivion that I don't know what to use. Once again, I should sit on the maze pieces. But I find the maze pieces to be funny, and honestly, we're never gonna fill this up. Like, if I could run this on 200% speed, I would. We have finally surpassed the stats on the numbers, which means that I'm gonna have to be paying attention to numbers. I guess that is one of the downsides of trying, if I tried to put this on in the background. I'm curious, what does it say that book's focus is? It says that... Oh, it's a gray rarity book. It's a bad book. It can't have a secondary property. That's why. Yeah, but it's so good at its one stat. Focus on attack speed. Our attack speed's already 470%, so it kind of doesn't matter. We have over 11,000 health and 2,300 magic HP. I honestly have no idea how long this could run, and the only reason why I'm not just gonna let it sit... I mean, I could just let it sit and see what I miss, but it would take so long. And I would feel bad because I'd be missing ghosty things. We're gonna get another one? Maybe. Is this 14 or 15? I've lost count. We're still doing better than average, or on average. We're not back to doing arguably worse than average. And I wouldn't honestly claim that we were doing worse than average. I wouldn't claim that we were doing worse than average unless we had reached another set of 5. So if we don't see, yeah, we've seen 4 at like 15. So that seems cool, right? Yeah. And they've all been golden cards this episode too. Come to think of it, it's been gold, we've got an arsenal, we've got 2 mazes, and we've gotten the 0 monument. So yeah, 4 goldens, and we've seen like 14 or 15 ghosts of ghosts. So yeah, we're doing good. We'll crush you. What is that? I should have Oblivion bits of the maze. It would take... Like, if we find 3 bookeries, I'll start destroying those. I'll be amazed that I will start destroying them. Because remember, 1 there. The siren's gonna fool me is I think the big issue. 13, I think. It gave us an Oblivion. So yeah, we'd have to see another 10 Ghosts of Ghosts before I would consider thinking that we were behind the average. Rather than call it like when we, like, you know, on the 21st one. That's not what we call it, in my opinion. Because we were behind. We were like 1 in 8, and then we were 4 in 12. Oh wow, we were 4 in 12 and 1 in 8. Or were we 2 in 8? We were at least 1 in 7. So we were like 3 for 5 in the middle of that, which is nuts. Alright, so here we are, at the end of this loop. We're going to go ahead and call this episode here. I'm going to, while I'm sitting here, go ahead and I'm going to go to the settings, go to windowed mode, and then I'm going to click out. Oh, it does. It does run, and I can do other stuff. And it looks fine to you guys. Unfortunately, we have to go through this combat. So yeah, I can put this up on another screen and turn my mic off and do other things. And that'll be really good. But first, we're gonna first finish this combat. Okay, we are paused. More Oblivions, man. More Oblivions. Oh, it's taking so long because we've got these guys, right? Helpful at the start, pain in the ass at the end, because they're preventing me from summoning my skeletons. Which these guys do 43 damage per second. My skeletons are doing definitely more than that. Alright. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and stop this here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you next time. But until then, keep your gears turned.